You're lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, and you can't help but wonder, is this how it's going to be from now on? Squinting at your phone in the morning because everything looks hazy. Struggling to read prescription bottles even with your glasses on. Avoiding night drives because the headlights scatter into starbursts that make you grip the wheel like your life depends on it. And maybe you've already tried the usual solutions. You've bought the expensive eye drops. You've upgraded your glasses twice. You've sat in waiting rooms, listened to the recommendations, and walked out feeling like you're supposed to just accept this as your new normal. But here's what bothers me most, and I mean this genuinely bothers me as someone who's worked in ophthalmology for over 2 decades. Most people over 60 have absolutely no idea that the majority of age-related vision damage doesn't happen when you're awake and active. It happens at night during what should be your body's deepest repair window. The National Eye Institute has been clear about this for years. After age 60, your retinal cells, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye that allows you to see clearly, lose their ability to efficiently remove metabolic waste during sleep. That waste builds up, oxidative stress accumulates, and slowly, silently, your vision deteriorates while you're completely unaware it's even happening. A 2023 study published in Ophthalmology Science confirmed what researchers had suspected for decades. Retinal repair processes are most active between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. But here's the problem, and this is the part that keeps me up at night thinking about my patients. Without the right nutrients circulating in your bloodstream during that exact window, those repair processes simply cannot complete their work. It's like trying to build a house without delivering the lumber to the construction site. The workers are there, the blueprint is ready, but the materials never show up. So, here's the question I hear almost every single week from patients in my practice. Is there anything I can do naturally to support my eyes while I sleep without adding another prescription or scheduling another procedure? And the answer is yes. Absolutely. Unequivocally, yes. My name is Dr. Adrian Wells, and I've spent over 20 years helping older adults protect and restore their vision using evidence-informed natural approaches that work alongside conventional care, not against it. And today, I'm going to walk you through one simple nighttime drink that research suggests can support overnight eye repair, reduce morning blurriness, and even slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration. Before we go any further, I'd love to know where are you watching from right now. Drop your city or country in the comments below. We're building a real community here of people who refuse to accept vision loss as inevitable. I see comments from Australia, from Canada, from the UK, from small towns across America, and it reminds me every single day that this struggle is universal. You're not alone in this. And one more thing, and this is genuinely important. Everything I share here is educational. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you're experiencing vision changes, sudden blurriness, or any concerns about your eye health, please see a licensed eye care professional before making any changes to your routine. Your eyes are too precious to take chances with. I mean that sincerely. This information is meant to complement professional care, not replace it. Now let's talk about this drink. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, and you can make it in under 3 minutes using ingredients most health-conscious people already have at home or can find at any decent grocery store. But when you drink it at the right time, in the right combination, and prepared the right way, this tonic delivers a concentrated blend of bioactive compounds that your retina is literally craving during its most critical overnight repair phase. Here's what makes this so different from everything else you've probably tried. Most eye supplements and drinks are designed to be taken in the morning. The problem, your eyes don't do their deepest repair work in the morning. They do it at night during REM sleep when cellular regeneration peaks and your body shifts into full restoration mode. If the nutrients aren't in your bloodstream during that narrow window, roughly 60 to 90 minutes after you fall asleep, you've missed the opportunity. It's like showing up to a construction site after the crew has already gone home. The tools are there, the plans are drawn up, but nobody's there to do the actual work. This drink is specifically timed and formulated to ensure that the most critical eye protective compounds hit your bloodstream exactly when your retinal cells need the most. Let me break down the 5 key ingredients, what each one does, and why the research behind this is so compelling. The first ingredient is tart cherry juice, and this becomes your foundation. Not sweet cherry juice, tart cherry. The difference matters enormously. Tart cherries are one of the richest natural sources of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. But here's what most people don't realize. Melatonin isn't just a sleep aid. It's also one of the most powerful antioxidants your eyes can use to neutralize free radical damage in the retina. A study published in the Journal of Pineal Research found that melatonin concentrations in the retina are significantly higher at night, and that this melatonin plays a direct role in protecting photoreceptor cells from oxidative stress during the dark phase of your circadian rhythm. In other words, your eyes are designed to repair themselves at night, but only if melatonin is present in sufficient amounts. And as we age, natural melatonin production drops sharply. Some snorts estimates suggest melatonin levels decline by as much as 50% between age 30 and age 70. Tart cherry juice delivers bioavailable melatonin that doesn't just help you fall asleep, it supports the exact cellular processes your retina depends on for overnight repair. A 2022 pilot study involving adults over 65 found that participants who consumed tart cherry juice before bed experienced measurably deeper sleep and reported significantly clearer vision upon waking compared to placebo. That's not anecdotal. That's measured, documented improvement. You'll use 4 ounces of organic tart cherry juice as the base of this drink. And I want to emphasize organic here. Conventionally grown cherries are among the most heavily sprayed fruits in commercial agriculture. You don't want pesticide residues interfering with the very repair processes you're trying to support. The second ingredient is turmeric. And if you've been dealing with chronic eye strain, redness, or that heavy, tired feeling behind your eyes, even after a full night's sleep, this is the ingredient you need to pay closest attention to. Turmeric contains curcumin, a polyphenol compound with documented anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties, and research shows it can cross the blood-retinal barrier, meaning it can act directly on inflamed tissue deep inside your eye. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the primary drivers of age-related macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, and even glaucoma progression. It's silent, it's cumulative, and it's happening right now in millions of people over 60 who have no idea. You can't feel retinal inflammation the way you feel a sore knee or an aching back. By the time you notice vision changes, the inflammation has often been active for years. A 2021 study in the journal Nutrients found that curcumin supplementation significantly reduced inflammatory markers in patients with dry age-related macular degeneration and improved contrast sensitivity, the ability to distinguish objects from their background, which is critical for reading and driving. Think about trying to read a menu in a dimly lit restaurant or spotting a dark car on a rainy evening. That's contrast sensitivity. And when it declines, your functional vision suffers, even if your prescription hasn't technically changed. But here's the catch, and this is where most people waste their money on turmeric supplements that don't do anything. Curcumin alone is poorly absorbed by the body. Studies show that without absorption enhancers, as much as 85% of curcumin passes through your digestive system without ever entering your bloodstream. You need 2 things to make it work: fat and black pepper. We'll address both in just a moment. You'll use half a teaspoon of ground turmeric in this drink, and we'll fix the absorption problem with the other ingredients I'm about to share. The third ingredient is goji berry powder, and this is your macular protector. We talked earlier about macular degeneration. It's the leading cause of irreversible central vision loss in adults over 60, and one of the biggest nutritional deficiencies linked to macular breakdown is zeaxanthin. Zeaxanthin is a carotenoid that concentrates specifically in the macula, the tiny central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. It acts like an internal pair of sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and protecting against oxidative damage. Goji berries contain the highest natural concentration of zeaxanthin of any food on Earth. Period. No other fruit, vegetable, or supplement source comes close. A landmark study published in Nutrients in 2021 followed older adults who consumed goji berry supplementation for 90 days. The results were striking. Participants showed a significant increase in macular pigment optical density, which is a direct measurable indicator of macular health and protection. Even more impressive, none of the participants showed progression of early-stage macular degeneration during the study period. Let me say that again because it's important. Zero progression. For a condition that typically advances relentlessly, that's a meaningful finding. You'll use 1 tablespoon of organic goji berry powder in this drink. Powder absorbs faster than whole berries and integrates more smoothly into a liquid. It also concentrates the zeaxanthin content, giving you more benefit per serving. The fourth ingredient is collagen peptides, and this one surprises people. Most think of collagen for skin or joints, not eyes. But your eyes are made of collagen. The sclera, the white outer coating of your eye, is primarily collagen. The cornea is rich in collagen, and as you age, collagen degradation contributes to everything from dry eyes to structural weakening that increases your risk of retinal detachment. Collagen peptides, especially type 1 and type 3, have been shown in clinical research to support tear film stability, reduce dry eye symptoms, and even improve the integrity of the blood vessels that supply your retina. A 2023 study in the Journal of Ophthalmology found that participants who supplemented with hydrated collagen peptides for 8 weeks experienced meaningful improvements in dry eye symptoms and reported less morning eye discomfort. If you've ever woken up with eyes that feel like sandpaper, or you find yourself constantly reaching for artificial tears throughout the day, collagen may be the missing piece. Your tear film, the thin layer of moisture that coats your eye, depends on structural proteins to maintain stability. Without adequate collagen, that film breaks down faster, leaving your eyes exposed and vulnerable. You'll use 1 scoop, about 10 grams of hydrated collagen peptides, unflavored, grass-fed, if possible. Hydrate means the collagen has been broken down into smaller peptides that your body can absorb and utilize more efficiently. The fifth and final component is actually 2 ingredients that work together: black pepper and healthy fat. And this is the part most people skip, and it completely sabotages the effectiveness of everything else. Curcumin, zeaxanthin, and several other compounds in this drink are fat-soluble. Your body cannot absorb them without fat present. They simply pass through your digestive tract unused. And piperine, the active compound in black pepper, has been shown to increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. A study published in Plantamedica demonstrated that piperine significantly enhances the bioavailability of curcumin by inhibiting enzymes that would otherwise break it down before it reaches your bloodstream. Without these 2 additions, you're drinking an expensive smoothie with minimal bioavailability. Same ingredients, drastically different results. You'll add a pinch of black pepper and 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed coconut oil, or MCT oil. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides, and they're absorbed more rapidly than standard fats, which is ideal for a nighttime drink where timing matters. Now, let me walk you through exactly how to prepare what I call the Golden Eye Renewal Tonic. Here's the exact recipe. Write this down or screenshot it. You'll need 4 ounces of organic tart cherry juice, not from concentrate, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1 tablespoon of organic goji berry powder, 1 scoop of hydrated collagen peptides, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil, a pinch of black pepper, and 2 ounces of warm, not hot, water. Here's how you put it together. First, warm the water to about body temperature, roughly 98 degrees Fahrenheit. You can test it with your finger. It should feel neutral, not hot, not cold. Too hot, and you'll degrade the melatonin in the cherry juice. Too cold, and the coconut oil won't blend properly. It'll just float on top in clumps. In a blender or shaker bottle, combine all ingredients. If you're using a blender, blend for 20 to 30 seconds until smooth. If you're using a shaker bottle, shake vigorously for at least 30 seconds. The goal is complete integration. You don't want clumps of turmeric or goji powder sitting at the bottom. Drink this 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Not earlier, not later. Timing is everything. If you drink it too early, the nutrients peak in your bloodstream before you're asleep, and you lose the overnight repair benefit. If you drink it too late, it may disrupt your ability to fall asleep quickly or cause digestive discomfort that interferes with deep sleep. Now, you can make this drink perfectly, but if you ignore the 5 critical rules I'm about to share, you'll lose most of the benefit. These aren't suggestions. These are based on how nutrient absorption and circadian biology actually work. Rule number 1, never drink this on a full stomach. If you've just eaten a large meal, your digestive system is focused on breaking down food, not absorbing nutrients. The compounds in this drink need to move through your stomach relatively quickly to reach your bloodstream during your sleep window. Drink this at least 90 minutes after your last meal. If you eat dinner at 6 p.m., don't drink this until 7:30 p.m. at the earliest. Rule number 2, do not add sugar or sweeteners. Sugar spikes insulin, which interferes with melatonin signaling and disrupts the very repair processes you're trying to support. Insulin and melatonin have an inverse relationship. When one goes up, the other's effectiveness goes down. If the tart cherry juice is too sour for you, add a tiny pinch of stevia, but nothing else. No honey, no agave, no maple syrup. Those will sabotage your results. Rule number 3, use organic, high-quality ingredients. Pesticide residues and fillers can trigger inflammatory responses that completely counteract the anti-inflammatory benefits of turmeric and goji. I've had patients tell me they tried something similar and felt no difference. When we looked at what they were using, it was low-quality powders filled with additives and conventional cherry juice loaded with pesticides. Spend the extra $2. Your eyes are worth it. Rule number 4, don't skip the fat or the black pepper. We've covered this, but it bears repeating because this is the single most common mistake I see. Without fat and piperine, your absorption rate drops by as much as 70%. Same drink, drastically different results. I've seen patients experience night and day differences simply by adding these 2 components to formulations they were already using. Rule number 5, consistency is everything. This isn't a one-time fix. The research studies I've cited tracked participants over weeks and months. Cellular repair is cumulative. Drink this 5 to 6 nights per week for at least 6 to 8 weeks before evaluating results. Your eyes didn't deteriorate overnight. They won't heal overnight either, but if you're consistent, the changes can be genuinely remarkable. I'm not going to promise miracles. But here's what patients in my practice have reported after following this protocol consistently for 6 to 8 weeks. Waking up with noticeably clearer vision, less of that morning fog that used to take an hour to clear. Reduced dryness and grittiness, especially in the first hour after waking. improved night vision and less glare sensitivity from headlights, easier time reading small print without squinting, and a general sense that their eyes feel less tired, less strained even after long days. Some have even reported that their optometrist noted improvements in macular pigment density or slower progression of early cataracts during follow-up exams. Those are objective, measurable changes, not just subjective feelings. Think about what that would mean for you personally. Reading again without frustration. Driving confidently at night without that anxious feeling every time headlights approach. Seeing your grandchildren's faces clearly. Not having to ask someone else to read the label on your medication bottle. Those aren't small things. That's your independence, your dignity, your quality of life. I had a patient, Margaret, 67 years old, who came to me last year deeply frustrated. She'd been an avid reader her entire life, and over the previous 18 months, she'd stopped completely. It wasn't that she couldn't see. It was that reading tired her eyes so quickly that she could barely get through a page before everything went blurry. She tried stronger glasses. She'd tried different lighting. Nothing helped. We started her on this exact protocol. Within 6 weeks, she was reading again, 30 to 40 minutes at a time. Within 12 weeks, she'd finished 3 novels. She cried in my office when she told me. Not because her vision was perfect. It wasn't. But because she'd gotten back something she thought was gone forever. That's what this is really about. Not perfect vision, but functional vision. Vision that lets you live the life you want to live. Blurry vision after 60 is not a life sentence. It's often a signal. A signal that your eyes aren't getting the support they need during the hours when repair should be happening. You have more control than you've been led to believe. And sometimes the most powerful interventions aren't the most expensive ones. They're the ones rooted in understanding how your body actually works and giving it what it needs when it needs it. So here's my question for you. If your vision became noticeably clearer starting tomorrow morning, what's the first thing you'd want to see? A loved one's face, a sunrise, the pages of a book you've been avoiding. Leave your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. And your stories genuinely matter to this community. They inspire other people to take action. They remind us all that we're not alone in this struggle. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe. I release new evidence-based content every week on protecting your vision, your brain, and your vitality as you age. And share this video with someone over 60 who might benefit. You could genuinely change their life. Sometimes all it takes is the right information at the right time. This is Dr. Adrian Wells. Take care of your eyes. You only get one pair.